Hey guys, my name's James.
And I'm Ashley.
And we just sold our house and we are traveling across the country with our 2 kids.
Hi, my name's Goose and this is Maverick and Apollo. Come join us.
Good morning, guys. I cannot tell you, every time it gets me every time. I don't even know what to say. It's crazy. So this morning we are headed out to the opposite side of the Grand Canyon here on the South Ridge. We went to the desert viewing area with that tower yesterday, and today we're going the opposite way. And something I'm pretty excited about is they have a viewing point called the Abyss. And I don't know the exact numbers, but apparently it's like one of the biggest drops that you can view and stand over and look at. So I'm really excited to go on that. And I'm hoping there's like a viewing ledge that you could like go walk out on and stand over the top. Speaking of viewing edge though, look at this. So here is the Grand Canyon and you see these little bluffs, whatever you want to call them, peeking out, and you think, oh, it's gonna drop down. But when you go look down, that's actually the hiking trail. So you hike right along the edge there, like within 6 inches of the drop off. That is sketchy.
Scary.
No thanks.
You wanna go for a hike down there? No? Goose, I think, is a little afraid of heights. I feel like the canyon's bigger today. Did it get bigger? Or is it just...
And it's a little chilly now. It's getting cold.
Really? It's about...
It's so much warmer.
It's about
than
10 to 15 degrees warmer than yesterday. I'm in a t-shirt. If I did this yesterday, I would have been free. Plus, there's no wind.
But I'm cold.
Did you notice that? There's no wind today. So it is December right now. I believe it's early December on December 9th. And this, I feel, is actually a great time to come and check out the Grand Canyon for 2 reasons. One, because it's the off season, so this place is almost deserted compared to what the peak season is, where they say the parking lots fill up and you can't even stop on the side of the road. Like, we're the only ones here viewing this. Plus, they also do a Polar Express. Now, I haven't actually ridden this, but I've watched some videos and stuff about it, and it looks pretty cool. So if your kids are into trains or really like the Polar Express book and or movie, that is a really cool thing they do here at night, where you can buy tickets, go to the North Pole, get little gifts from Santa, and all that right here in the Grand Canyon National Park. So if you can come in December, I think this is a great time to visit, as long as you're okay with a little bit of cold, which, since we're from the Pacific Northwest, we're pretty used to it. We have reached the end of the west side of the trail, you guys, and I was a little confused because when we were looking at the map, we thought that both the east and the west side trails were roughly the same distance, but we were completely wrong. This trail was only about 7 miles long, so we got out here like that, but now we're gonna do some exploring out here at Hermit? Oh my goodness, why can I not say it? Hermit's
like Kermit.
Rest. Oh man, just these views are amazing. I can't get over it. Everywhere you look, it's gorgeous. Now that's a fireplace. That is amazing. The entire room, oh, you can't see it. Get out of the sun flare. The entire room is just one big ring. That's awesome.
Why oh why are deserts dry? A cowgirl and her thrush.
All right, Goose is finally getting to use one of the monoculars. Is it a monocular, right? Telescope? What is it called? All right, this is what Goose is looking at. Rocks. More rocks. Some other rocks.
Down.
Rocks.
Down.
Welcome to the abyss, you guys. A 3,000-foot drop to the bottom part of the canyon. Would you like to fall down that?
No, thank you.
Oh, that is so creepy. Check this out. Look at this. This is the railing where you can go and walk, and it's just like a straight cliff down thousands of feet all the way down to the river at the bottom. That is crazy. Okay, I'm pretty sure I told you guys this already. That would be a big splash. I'm pretty sure I told you guys this already, but I am so bummed that at national parks you can't fly drones. Because can you imagine the drone footage I'd be getting here right now? This would be incredible stuff. But alas, it is illegal and I don't want to be arrested or pay lots of money, so we're gonna be stuck with tripod shots and GoPro shots. No drone footage.
We still get to fall a long ways.
Say what?
We still get to fall a long way.
I'm not falling. I'm not falling. Are you falling?
I don't need ya.
It's pretty crazy back here, huh? These cool little trails. Woo. A little scary with no railing, huh? So right next to all of these places where you pull over and do viewpoints right off the road, if you walk like 20 feet off to the side, there's no railing anywhere, which makes sense because there would be hundreds of miles of railing they would have to put up, and it would just kind of, I think, ruin the canyon in my opinion. So it's crazy how many just bluffs and ledges and things that you could fall off of or sit on. Like if I was brave, I would totally walk out there and just chill on this little ledge right there, hanging out over the edge. But it's cool because these trails just follow the entire rim of the canyon. But it's cool because you could walk all the way from Hermit, oh my gosh, I cannot say Hermit. Hermit's, what is it? Hideaway?
So I won't lie, I've told James and I've told Goose that they're not allowed to vlog and move. This is gorgeous, and the mommy in me and the wife in me says this is frightening. We are at what is called the Abyss, and it is a 3,000-foot drop. Now, a husband who is worried about getting the shot, not always watching where he's going. I'm kind of a klutz, and let's just be honest, Goose takes after me. So my little heart goes pitter-patter and skips a beat every time I see them walking without a railing nearby. It's just the mommy in me and, you know, the nervous Nelly. But what are you gonna do? Anyway, we were down that way, and there's like this trail that goes along all the way to Hermit's Rest, and then it just kind of comes along the edge if you want to hike. I don't know how far it goes, but it is right next to the edge. So I am not brave enough to hike it, but for those of you that are, kudos to you.
Yeah.
So apparently this trail right over here used to be a toll trail. Some guy decided he would claim the rights to the Grand Canyon part and charged $1 to go down the trail. But the state stopped it and took over and took the toll off, but...
He was able to do it for almost 30 years though.
That's so crazy.
Just like I told you guys yesterday, the people who originally came to the Grand Canyon came here for mining. They didn't really say what they were mining, but it was quickly realized that it wasn't profitable, so they turned to tourism. So this guy, Ralph Cameron, who was a congressman, I guess, decided, you know what? I'm gonna stop mining and I'm gonna start charging people $1 to hike down this trail. It is crazy, but look at how steep that is. That is insane. Me and Ashley were talking, and we both think that it would be awesome to do that one day, but we did have to do it without kids or wait till they get a lot older, because
I'm not carrying this one down the trail.
They say do not attempt to try and hike to the bottom and back in one day, because people die every year. So it's like a multiple day trip, or you just go part way down to these gardens by this natural spring and then hike back up in one day, or you camp down there at a campground and do it in multiple days. So someday that would be awesome to do.
Because look at that. Like going down, I would be totally fine, but going back up, I'd be like, I need an escalator.
Well, they specifically say it will take you twice as long to go up as it did to go down. Well, so give yourself that time.
Duh. I mean, look at it.
It's insane.
It's insane.
What?
They look like little ants marching along. The ants.
Come on, babe. What are you doing? It's not like you're carrying a child uphill at 7,000 feet elevation. You can go a little faster than that.
Every single time we go down a steep place, I end up carrying her back up.
I have no idea how that happens.
Yeah.
Hello. She was just drinking out. Hi. She was just drinking out of the fountain thing. They were just talking to each other. That's so crazy. Oh, that one wants to get out of the way. You care. Oh my goodness. This is seriously crazy. Just walking around chilling. That's so crazy. We were driving along, headed back to the campground, and I looked over and I'm like, oh, there's an elk. And then we're looking and we're like, it's drinking out of the water spigot near where I think, is that the dumping?
Yes, the dump station. That is what's cool about national parks, is there's just wild animals roaming around and they're protected, so they're totally chill with people, just all over the place. We were literally, our diesel truck was 4 feet from one of them. So cool.
Yeah, and we're just sitting there looking at it, and then it started making noises, which is always so weird when they make their
high-pitched little
noises. Yeah, like you expect something really like deep and masculine for something so big, and then it's like, nope.
Is that cool?
Yeah, I whistled back. I whistled to them, and it talked back to me.
It did. That was pretty cool, huh?
And then I whistled back.
So there were a few things at the Grand Canyon that we didn't talk about or show that I wanted to let you guys know in case you were thinking about coming here. Ashley actually pointed this out. I didn't know they still did it. But if you're interested in doing like the classic, stereotypical, way back in the day thing at the Grand Canyon, you can still ride a donkey all the way down to the bottom and back up. They still have donkey tours. Also, I believe there are at least 3 or 4 different rims at the Grand Canyon. This all was the South Rim or the South Ridge. There's a North Ridge as well as a West Ridge. I don't know if there's an east one, to be honest. I'll have to look that up. So there's at least 3 or 4 different rims that you can visit. Everything we did today, or in the past 2 days, was just the south rim, because the north rim is closed during the winter, and we just didn't even really know about the west ridge. But the thing I have learned since we visited here is the west ridge is the place that has the catwalk thing, where you can walk out over the top of the Grand Canyon and like look straight down. So bummed out that that wasn't here. So I think we're gonna have to try and come back to the Grand Canyon later on and do that, because I've also heard that they have zip lines there, as well as a bunch of other fun activities other than just hiking. So the West Ridge is definitely a place I want to check out, and I would suggest you would too before you plan out your trip. But just know, times of year, certain rims and ridges are closed, so just be aware of all that before you guys plan your trip to the Grand Canyon. Thank you so much for watching. As always, guys, remember, stay positive. Life is an adventure, so get out there and make some memories.